Mm. Hey, everybody, thanks so much for tuning in to the WTC podcast. We have extra information to go ahead and give out this week. So, I wanted to start to play around with this channel a little bit more and do a couple of new and different things. So, I started kind of researching other influencers that are out there and finding questions that they're kind of discussing with people. And I figured that I would give my take on these things as well. So, the very first one that I saw is like, is diet soda bad for you? Overall, no. There's nothing inherently wrong with it. There's a lot of stories that go around where it's like it gives you cancer, it doesn't give you cancer, it gives you non-cancer, cancer with cancer on the side. Um, no, that's just not real in the scenario of what we understand at this point. Now, could you get sick off of Diet Coke? Yeah, you kind of can. The idea is that you would be drinking upwards of 50 cans of diet soda a day to go over the natural limit. So, this is what we need to know about some of the other fake sweeteners that are out there just to kind of help you out. Fake sugars and fake sweeteners that I'll refer to them as. So sucralose, erythritol, aspartame, all these other ones are actually way, way sweeter than regular sugar. So you need way, way less of them to sweeten something. And that's how we end up with such a low calorie count in these things. So I think it's something like um, aspartame is like 200 times sweeter than sugar. So you need 200% less of it, which is very, very little, right? So you only need very little to go ahead and sweeten something. So then you're not getting all the rest of the caloric intake. Now, there's some other factors with it that, it can impact your blood sugar and it can do all these other pieces that'll mess you up. Um, yeah, I think there is something to be said about impacting of your sugar overall. The body does perceive it to think that there's sugar going on. I don't think it makes you crave sugar more than anything else. So it's like, oh, you have a Diet Coke, now you're going to crave more Diet Cokes. I think you just like Diet Coke because you like Diet Coke. So I don't think it really means anything of the actual chemical that's in it specifically. A lot of times people just like the stuff to like the stuff. So there's nothing inherently anything bad with it. Also with other things like Coke Zero and Pepsi Zero and all the other takes on Diet Coke are also okay. Nothing inherently bad about any of them, but they do become incredibly helpful on a weight loss journey. So you can still have the benefit of these beverages and not be able to consume the same amount of calories. So to make comparisons very, very easy, a can of regular good old fashioned Coke is about 140 calories per container and it's easy to drink a couple of them. I don't think it's that hard. If you ever sat down and drink a couple beers, same volume. So it's really, really easy to get all that down. It tastes good. It's fun because it's carbonated and gives you a little tingling. But every single can, every 12 ounces is going to be 140 calories because of the sugar that's in it. So 39 grams of sugar per. That's a ton of sugar. There's tons and tons of sugar in it. Now, I know they've tried other things of making less sugar, but I think using sweeteners is probably one of the best ways to go about it. Now, do we know what the impact is over super long hauls? Diet Coke's been around for what, like 40, 50 years now at this point? I think it came out in the 80s. We're in 2025 now. So I think it's been around enough that we would have had studies directly linking these things a little bit better. A lot of times it ends up being just anecdotal, where like somebody had a bad time. Again, if you're slamming 50 Diet Cokes a day, your teeth are probably a little messed up because it does like have acidity to it and that can kind of soften the enamel of your teeth, which makes your teeth a little bit soft and more susceptible to issue. I think you're more prone to get like a toothache than to become obese by drinking Diet Cokes. I think that's how that's going to pan out. So I want to just kind of do these little quick ones as I see other ones come up and just kind of post a little bit more often. Maybe this helps the channel grow a little bit more, and then you'll see more of my content. And hopefully, I can be able to keep helping on out. On that note, good luck.